Welcome, Black Hollywood Live fans. You're watching the Aftershow for Queen Sugar, Episode 6, Line of Our Elders. Stay tuned for more. Welcome, Queen Sugar fans. Wow, what an emotional episode we just had. We're still trying to process and decompress, right? As always, my name is Shaka Smith. You guys can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Shaka Strong.
And I am Anjy Scates, and you can find me on Twitter at Anjy_Skates and on the gram at Big_Anj.
And what's up, guys? It's your girl Kelli. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at The Urban Gypsy LA.
Yes, can we all just hold hands and take a deep breath together? Just okay. Okay, wow, that last scene.
Martin, breathe in,
Oh
breathe
my
out.
God. Man, that last scene.
That was deep.
So, well, let's go to a little bit happier times with the opening of the Queen Sugar Mill. This is a great, Black entrepreneurship.
Yes.
What do you guys think about Charley? And this is kind of her episode till it gets a little bit messy.
Till she melts down.
Yeah.
I was so proud of her. I was literally clapping with them after she finished her speech. I'm like, wait, I'm not really there.
I think this is her moment. Like, she put everything that she had into her family. That didn't work. She put everything that she had into this mill, and she pulled it off, and it's opening day, and she gets to dedicate it to her dad. I think it's a big day for Charley. And then we see her kind of nut up a little bit when stuff hits the fan.
Yeah, like she's so strategic with everything that she
Yes.
does. It's even hard for Remy to love her because it's like she's 5 steps ahead because she's thinking business all the time. So to see how she reacts when something goes bad, it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I think we saw from the last episode of that therapist really touching on her need for perfection. And she even starts off with, I want today to be perfect. And, Micah's like, oh, just today.
Yeah.
So I think we eventually see it unravel when she doesn't hit that mark. 'Cause I thought she was kind of tongue-in-cheek about the perfection, but it was really true part and parcel of who she is.
Yeah, the way she even ran up the stairs in those heels, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's not playing any game. Something's wrong, and she has to fix it.
Like she has some Adderall in her green tea or something.
Hopefully Charlie's staying off the sauce.
No, we know
right?
I'm just playing, Charlie. You know
Don't put
you're
her
a
out
girl.
like that.
No, you know you're a girl.
Yeah, she's got Darla to deal with those issues. So, what do you think about the interaction between the reporter and Charley? Because I kind of flipped because, I was not really a fan of the reporter the entire time until the end where he kind of talked about the kind of story he did want from her. What do you guys think about that
I
interplay?
think she handled him very well. She was really cagey with him because he was crying and he was asking difficult questions, and she even said, oh, you're up front. But I think she dealt with it well. She was just taking it toe-to-toe with him.
Yeah, at first I was kind of annoyed by everything he's saying. I'm like, just calm down. But there's also a part of me that's like, Charley, give him something, though, because it is too cookie cutter. It is too, I wrote this down already. And you know that it is, so give us a little bit more. But then we find out she's dead serious. Like, this is really for her dad.
But the story, at one point he says, this is the story I want from you. It's like what the deeper story
Like
of what
the human side.
Exactly. So didn't you kind of agree with that? Because I kind of flipped to his side after that. I was like, that's what he's going for.
Well, you know how black women are often portrayed in the media. It's not an honest narrative. It's not the narrative that we are giving ourselves about our own existence, our history. So I kind of felt like she was like sussing him out because you don't know what kind of article how he's going to portray her. You know.
Yeah.
And then even once he reveals what it is he wants to say, I still agree with her with having him not show the part where she chokes up.
Yeah.
Because we can't let the Landrys know. We can't let everybody else know. Like, we have to pretend that everything is always right because they already expecting us to fail.
Yeah.
And I'm saying us as if I am a borderline as
Yeah, you're
well.
like, I hear the passion.
We have to keep it together, okay?
And thank you, Ken, for joining us in the chat room. We see the reporter got to go. He's not about it.
I can't see that far. How can you see that?
I'm barely. I think it's
The reporter gotta go. I agree.
Yes.
Get out of here.
Out of
he
there.
kind of flipped me to his side towards the end.
But I feel that telling the divorce story and giving that exclusive, it makes more sense than telling like, oh, I went nuts.
Yeah. And she's controlling the narrative, saying what she is willing to be vulnerable about and what she's not. And she's saying, okay, so I'm going to open up about my relationship and let the world know that that's over. And maybe it's in good faith because she wants to eventually down the line see what's good with Remy.
Yeah, what was it? That was an interesting scene with, you guys are more like siblings. Were you guys taken aback that she's actually taking an official sort of step back from Remy?
She needs that. Like, they're going to fail. They're not going to do well if she doesn't take that space and that time to kind of just figure out things. And
yeah, because she might not even really like him. You know, he would end up being the rebound, the guy that just, I needed somebody to be there while I was going through it. So I feel like she needs to focus on her, focus on Micah, and even focus on her relationship with Davis because it's changing and that still has to be solid.
And we always talk about, like, the importance of having male friends. You know, it's like you start off as friends and then the attraction gets bigger and then you guys are dating and then you're not friends anymore. You know, and I feel like there is value in having that platonic male and female relationship.
Because if something were to go wrong with them romantically, it could affect him as being a consultant for the meal. And she needs that more than she needs somebody to lay in a bed with.
Okay, I'll go with that. I was taken aback. I thought they worked so well before, so I was just like, I don't know. I liked her taking a step back, but I guess it's good for Charley.
Yeah, you know I was Team Remy all the way first season, but now I'm like, okay, y'all starting. It don't work. They're not on the same page. Like, if we're honest.
What did you guys think about Nova finding that? First, I thought she found the will, but I guess we'll address that later.
I
was like, oh, she found the will. Didn't you put that someplace like safe? No. But she finds the check and she finds out that the dad's been working as a janitor, which was almost the saddest part of the episode to me because like having them find out after he's dead. What do you guys think about that like revelation?
At first I felt like she was shocked and then she felt shame. Much like he did because he didn't even let anybody know that that's what he was doing. And I don't think it was necessary though. Like to feel shame for him in that situation. Obviously, you know, you have a man who is self-made, has his own business, a family man, having to reduce himself to do that kind of work. But, you know, he did what he had to do to take care of his family, and that's honorable in and of itself.
Yeah, I don't think it's shame, but then it's that shame because you don't know. It's the shame because you weren't even around to be able to tell, and you find this out after. It's like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know he was going through this. I didn't know it was that bad that he had to go and do that. And what maybe he wouldn't have if I were able to show up, or not even able, if I just took the time to come and check on them more, you know?
And I think that was like really a stab in the gut for Charley, especially because she's in LA doing well and daddy's back home working as a janitor trying to make ends meet.
Yeah, I don't even think it was a shame of like being a janitor, but it was a shame of like not doing what he loved, like not like earning money from the soil.
Right.
You know, that's what kind of was like hit me hard. We also had Ralph Angel, and I guess this is the theme for him is coming clean this episode about everything. What do you guys think about the interplay between Ralph Angel and the cashier? That was to me, it was almost a powerful moment too, because it really goes back to his origin here in the story.
I was nervous.
I was nervous too that she was going to call the police and he was going to end up right back in jail in front of Blue, and that would have been traumatizing for him. But still, it made him look in the mirror in front of his son because he just asked him like, no, that didn't happen.
No, not yet.
Not yet. But like to be called a liar in front of your child, to know that you held this woman up a few months ago, like that has to be a terrible place to be for Ralph. And I think he's trying to turn it around. I don't know, man.
It takes time for him to turn it around, just how we feel like it takes time for Darla to see if we can trust her. Like, Ralph Angel has a long journey of figuring it out, and it just sucked because he's there with Blue, and it's like, dang, like, that's why you stole. It was for him, but now he's there, and he's questioning, like, why is this woman looking at you crazy, Dad? And it's like, can't tell you the truth, but I'm not lying no more, but I can't tell you the truth.
And what do you think about when he finally tells the truth to Blue about Kenya? That broke my heart.
Finally.
I was like, no. I thought he was getting rid of Kenya. I thought he was like, I'm done with this doll. I'm good. I'm cool.
Oh, yeah, because at the
he drops
it. Left it in the dirt.
And doesn't pick it up.
And I'm like, why did he pick it? What happened to her?
Didn't
like,
see
why
that
did you just
birthmark.
leave it there?
Like, this ain't Kenya. I'm happy. Finally, we got rid of Kenya.
But
is that I feel bad because you guys, like when I'm watching it with you guys look oh my gosh, but I feel like good. It's time to let the dog go, Blue.
Why?
Why?
Because I'm tired of favorite. At least have most different dolls. Like, why do you only have that one? Where's your other toys?
You didn't have a favorite toy?
Not like
when
that.
You was 5? You don't remember. I'm gonna ask Mama.
Not like that. Not like that. I didn't.
I think it's fine that Blue has a toy. We all become attached to things like that when we're children. I think he has Darla now, though, and he can.
Yeah.
You know, get attached to something else.
But it's like, I kind of feel like it was good that Darla threw it away, because he had to have that moment where he thought he lost it, then he thought he got it back, but since he already lost it, now he's kind of like processing and like, okay, maybe I could still live without the actual
I thought
Kenya.
It was awful. He asked if I did something wrong.
Oh,
like,
yeah, he
you
did.
never want to hear your child like, what did I do that you would take away my most favorite toy and throw it away?
You're so right.
That was traumatizing.
I like how Ralph took one for the team, though. He didn't say, yo, mama threw it in the trash.
Yeah, because I'd be like, it was. Yeah, I would have told. I would have been like, it was Darla.
Darla.
Your mama
Go
did
holla at Darla.
I would have
ain't
told
right. What if someone said, Ken said, some kids have a favorite toy, some kids don't. Right, yeah.
So maybe take that one, write that in the parenting book for
I
you.
know, for me, like, don't take your kids' toys. I don't know, y'all.
And then I guess, well, before we even get to that scene, let me talk a little bit some more about Charley and her little meltdown before we get to that final meltdown. What did you guys think of that scene? Like, how did you see her emotions coming through on that one?
She's been so repressed for so long. Like, it has to come bubbling over the surface. Bubbling brown sugar. It has to come bubbling over the surface at some point. And I hate that it's in front of the reporters. I hate that it's on a big date like this. But some of that stress agitates it and brings it up to the surface. But it needs to come out, regardless of what's inside. It has to come out.
Yeah.
I agree. We see that conversation we've been having about her strive for perfection. And so we see, okay, what it looks like when she doesn't reach perfection. And we see how big of an issue it is for her. It's beyond, I think, what any of us really expected. Yeah. You know, because we're always used to her figuring out how to finesse a situation. Like, as soon as something goes wrong, she's able to figure it out. And this time she couldn't. Like, but I also love the work ethic. She's in there like, forget these clothes. I do it myself, y'all. Moving too slow. But she lost it. All the way.
I don't think she would have been able to hold it together had it not been for Nova being there for her.
Yeah, that was a beautiful sister moment, I thought.
Yeah, man.
Nova's
like,
been doing a good job
Yeah.
at mediating and...
She's been Queen Mother for sure. Mother with a V. But she took her hair wrap off and wiped her hands
off.
And then they bonded in that moment because I feel like Charley assumed that Nova was there for her dad before he passed. But then they kind of came together and realized, oh, neither one of us was there. We both feel like crap. Oh, bonding moment.
Yeah, this was such a... I'm thinking about it. I keep thinking it was like Charley's episode, but I realized it was also Nova's episode because she was like the spiritual mother, especially at the dedication. And it was also Ralph Angel's episode because he like really came clean. So I guess that was like the line of our elders. It really kind of highlighted all three kids. I love that. But when it comes to Nova and the dedication ceremony, I thought that was like beautiful tapestry and a beautiful piece. What do you guys think about that ceremony?
It was beautiful. She kind of reminded me of the Black Madonna. Like,
yeah, she just had her hands outstretched.
It was beautiful, and just to see the family come together like that, it's much needed because they've been at odds. A lot, over the last couple of seasons.
I always love when I see all their brown bodies or them holding hands or something, and then it's the lush green background on the horizon. I'm like, this shot is just so beautiful.
Yeah, the beauty of where they are. Yeah.
It's like, I need to go to New Orleans. I need to see this. I need to feel it. But you could feel the energy through the shot. I think it was done beautifully.
Even in the first shot, when the scene first opened, the episode, it was Ralph Angel and Nova. And
the
it was
tree,
a tree.
that beautiful tree. Yeah.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
I think it's just so important when you film on location because like you get that. Cause I think they said they intentionally want to really keep it there, so you get that feeling and that flavor.
Not to change the topic, but I saw that somebody agreed that Blue needed to get rid of that toy. He was acting like a 3-year-old, and he's about 6.
Oh, we got Cat Harlem.
She says that Nova needs to. She's always worried about nurturing everybody, but she needs therapy and nurturing herself.
I agree.
Yeah.
For
She
sure.
seems like she definitely needs a little self-care.
All of them need therapy. I mean, all of them are going through something. And all of them need some therapy.
And I feel like the writers set us up on this one because it was like they had the dedication ceremony, then they had everyone's freaking happy. Everyone is like at peace, and they were just like, and then boom. Wait, what were you gonna say?
No, I don't know if you was gonna go there. I'll see where you going.
Oh, I was going to the Ralph Angel time to pray now. So it's like, 'cause I remember seeing everyone's face so serene, smiling, and eyes closed, and I was just like, oh no, it's coming.
It's coming.
And what did you guys think about him dropping that bomb?
He had to. You can see the weight lifted off his shoulders as it came out of him. He needed to get that off his chest. However much it hurt his sisters, it wasn't his doing, really.
Well, no, but he's known for he didn't find it and say, hey guys, look.
I know, but I feel like he kept it.
How do we deal with this?
I feel like he kept it as a means to try to protect them. I really think that his intentions were good.
I feel like if he didn't care about them, he would have told them right away. I feel the timing of when he found it out, had he told them then, it still would have been a big mess.
No, had he told, not necessarily, because Charley wasn't necessarily fully invested based on his continuing the lie. So it would be like you happen to find something that changes stuff, but it's not you that's making me move my son here, not you that's making me buy a mill. That's like...
I kind of see what you're saying, because then he wouldn't have really been able to do the farm if she didn't do the mill, because you needed all those moving pieces in order for it to really work. But I don't feel I don't think that was why he was holding it back, though. I feel like he felt like, dang, what am I going to do with this information? They're going to be pissed at me regardless, no matter when I tell them.
But he must have considered he might lose the farm, right?
Of
like
course.
He'd have to sell it. He'd have to not be able to work it.
Of course, and I can understand how Charley be betrayed by having to do all the things that she did.
Heck yeah.
She just like she opened up a mill.
Yeah, like you tell me the day I opened it that I don't own the farm. Like, come on,
and the landlords are sending me flowers now. Like the landlords are out for me, and I gotta deal with them.
They're like sending me funeral flowers and shit.
Can we talk about Shit, I lost my train of thought.
We can when you
get it back. I get it back. We're going to talk about that.
What did you think about Nova? I mean, she was like on fire when she got angry in that scene.
Yes, I wanted to talk about Nova and Ralph Angel.
Like, I love seeing their personalities come out the way they did. Because it was vintage them. It was like for each person. What do you think about Nova's outburst?
So we've been tiptoeing around the fact that Nova is this social justice activist person who helps all these young men get out of prison. And like, why the hell weren't you there for Ralph? Mm-hmm. Like, it really seems like there was some kind of divide.
Or because Ralph actually did go in the...
Ralph finally said it. Like, I'm mad at you because you wasn't there for me. And
you there for everybody else.
And then we know that Nova feels like, oh, you put yourself there.
Yeah.
So that's
why you figured it out.
Yeah, because she's all about like social injustice. Like, you know, police are brutality and like you're getting beat up and you know, you're supposed to have a
right.
So yeah, I think Ralph put himself in a situation. So I think she had a point, but she was so forceful the way she made that point about you weren't here either. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was pretty cold.
Yeah, I also just liked her body language, seeing the difference between Nova's and Charley's. Like, Charley stays sitting up, but as soon as Nova found out, she, like, slumps down into her chair, and, like, she goes into this other space, and you know she's about to come with it.
Yeah.
And I feel like part of that, I don't think it's all anger at Ralph Angel, even. I feel that Nova's low-key mad at herself because the reason why the farm wasn't left to you is because you weren't around. Why is he going to leave you something and he doesn't even know what's going on with you?
20 miles away.
Right. So, of course, he left it to Ralph Angel, but she just got on Ralph Angel saying that's the reason why he was a janitor. No, I felt like that wasn't fair.
Well, but if you'd been able to provide for your son, our daddy would not have been working as a janitor. And it could have worked the soil and made ends meet that way. Like, to know that because he couldn't provide for his son, my father had to work as a janitor and not do it. For his last few days, what he loved, that's kind of strong.
I don't know.
That's like heavy, right?
Yeah, but
he worked himself to death because you weren't doing what you were supposed to do.
I feel like the farm was already having issues. It wasn't like, oh, I had to do this for Blue. It was, this isn't working, period, and I have Blue. It wasn't,
maybe, but it's certainly like... It makes you think if he didn't have that, maybe he could have kind of cooled out a little bit. It could have maybe
just
deal with a little bit of
and,
the money he was getting. Yeah.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
What? They just had litigation. Wow. Okay. See what side you're on.
No, I just feel like Ralph Angel has been a big old baby for the last couple of episodes.
Yeah.
And I'm just tired of his antics, honestly. Like, own up for your shit. You had this big secret that affected not just you, your whole family, and you kept it. For whatever reasons, your intentions, your actions, hurt people, so own up to that. Charley, I feel like she's good, where she is. Nova, I don't know. We still have some figuring out to do.
But I do think I think Charley is going to be able to get over it a little bit easier because, like, her life probably is a little bit better than she thought it would have been otherwise. But I think she's so upset by the fact that she made considerations. She, like, had to move this life and, while she was going through her own little trauma.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to see Nova unpack a lot more emotionally. She's been holding back. But I wanted to know what you guys thought about Darla.
Oh, Charley, did you guys realize how much Charley and Darla looked alike in this episode?
Yeah.
So, they looked a lot alike, and I'm like, damn, Ralph Angel hate Charley so much. He loved her so much, he picked a mate that looked just like her. Like, dang.
And then I just feel like Darla sees herself in Charley, and I can see how, and she's, like, looking at her like, okay, if I follow you, maybe I'll be all right.
And they finally got that connection, kind of celebrating, Charley forgot about the wine, but, and they finally had that, and then to know that Darla knew too, and you saw Charley's face when she realized Darla knew, and had the nerve to pipe up about it.
And how strong Darla looked sitting at that table, and then even in a couple of scenes before that, I had the realization, oh, Darla is a boss-ass chick. Like, I didn't even really realize that, but she really is.
But she did have a little, like, I thought she played it well because she spoke up, and then she kind of, like, retreated because she's like, well, I'm not really, like, in the fam.
Right. Yeah. Thanks to Hollywood. She seemed like she was about to get all of it, and Hollywood's like, nah, I better bring it back.
Because I got some shit to say too, but I'm hold it. So you hold it too.
But I do appreciate her speaking up because, she's speaking her truth, and it's like, even though I just bonded with you, Charley, you need to watch what you're saying because that's not how it went down.
She's defending her guy.
Like, I'm going to speak up.
So Ken from Chicago is saying that Charley and Nova didn't even want to keep the farm. How they gonna be mad at Ralph?
Well, dang. But that's why they probably feel like he should have said something sooner.
Exactly.
Like, we didn't even want it.
Yeah,
like, that is true. Nova was like, Charley's like, well, I'll think about it.
So, if anything, it makes it worse because then you go, well, shoot, it was his last wish.
That's
so,
why they feel like
we have
Charley
to stay.
Was his,
Well, that's why he had to make it clear I didn't know the whole time, y'all.
He didn't. It's like, how would you guys have had him say it earlier,
I just found this letter. That's all he had to say, because then they're not going to fault him with the I just found this letter.
Right.
So, quite interesting. And I loved, actually, Hollywood and Vi in particular, like, keep being the glue. Again, everyone was, like, who they're supposed to be, because, like, at the end of the day, she came through and was like, no one's leaving this house because I know it won't be repaired if everyone leaves.
Right.
And that, again, was Hollywood, if you think about it, because he was like, she would say, oh, I'm not their mother, they're grown earlier. Yeah. And he's like, that don't matter. Like, that's what your role is. Yeah. So she's like, she got back into her position, which is, she's like, no, get your ass back over there. We're going to have to talk about this. Yeah, that's all.
No, yeah. Like, she's the mother figure. I feel like Hollywood is like the father-ish figure, and it's a whole ass family.
They gave us like 3 minutes of like good peace right before that scene.
I know, just 3.
Because I remember just feeling like happy. Oh, it's working out. Like, oh,
like,
this is
happy
good.
Tears. Finally happy tears. I'm still crying, but I'm happy.
Yeah, a little setback with the mill, but it's coming through. Ralph Angel's talking about being honest now and just sharing his truth. Like.
How about when he said, I'm not going to lie no more, then they at the table. Yeah. He's like, so you lied? Yeah. And then Blue's like...
I had no idea. That's what they set us up. They were setting us up for that one scene. Even the cashier, like, all of that was to show Ralph Angel change and become, like, his character changing.
Right.
That was pretty awesome. Let's go into predictions.
I think that Darla is going to boss all the way up, like I said, and I think that she eventually will take Blue and maybe take some piece of the mill or the farm or some kind of, maybe join up with the Landrys. I think Darla... That's my prediction.
You think she's going to take Blue and everything?
I think we're going to see her get there.
Yeah. It was like the haves and have-nots. She's going to own Queen Sugar Mill soon enough.
I think, like I said, Nova still has some stuff that she has to unpack, so we're going to see her go back through her little dark shadow phase before she comes back and is able to be the mediator. I feel like even after that conversation, I think Charley and Ralph Angel are more on the same page than Nova is at this point. I don't know. I agree Darla's going to boss up, but I don't think she's going to take Blue unless she has to, and I hope she doesn't have to, because if she does, that means that the police then came and got Ralph Angel again.
Yeah, I just think that Ralph is a little smothering at times, and it's too much for her. And I don't know.
He was low-key a hater. He's been hating on her.
I don't know.
That is true.
I've been predicting Darla relapse since like the moment we were introduced to her. The 2-year thing made me a little wary a little bit. I don't know why. Because I was like, why are they highlighting this? But maybe it's just a reality situation, you know.
For us to know how long she's been sober.
Yeah, because that also surprised me. It's been 2 years, too.
I think it's that, and I also think it's the invite to Charley that's for. It's to show us that she's probably been looking up to Charley, and we didn't even know.
Yeah. And now that she has the routine, but I don't know if that routine doesn't last, at least now we'll know to look for the relapse. Who knows? Because she said she needs that routine.
And working for Charley, it seems like it could turn out to be very stressful because she's a perfectionist. So that could end up backfiring on Darla.
Be good for Darla.
Yeah, I think the routine will be good, but I don't know if she'll be remaining in Charley's employ after this little conversation. Because Charley's pretty upset.
She better.
But I will say, new bomb prediction is I believe Charley is going to go back to Davis. And I feel like they set us up for that. I feel like they set us up for it. Because she promises, I'll give you the exclusive on the divorce, which we're not even talking about publicly because we're waiting for it to be finalized, whatever. And it was just the way, there was a particular line, something that got me that made me think, oh, they're leaving this open for a reconciliation. But you see Davis changing. We saw him kind of change in the last episode. He's talking to Micah honestly about not being a sex addict. He's working on it every day.
Well, he didn't say he wasn't a sex addict. He said he had a problem.
I thought. No, didn't he say, "Are you a sex addict?" And he said no, right? I think so.
He said.
I don't remember him.
I feel like he said, "I don't know."
Where are the engineers? Roll the tape.
Roll it back.
But either way,
I ain't rolling with that one.
I think we're seeing. But we're seeing they definitely gave us a very genuine Davis last episode. He sees the woman, he's feeling good, but he's not being overt. I thought they gave him a makeover where it seemed like he's really learned from what's happened.
I think he can have a makeover and he can be a part of the family, but he can't be Charley's man.
Yeah, I could see him being a part of the family, but I don't see him being the man. I do see what you're saying with them leaving it open because they haven't officially announced them being divorced yet.
And the way that she promised that story, and it was like...
It's like, that's going to backfire somehow. And then even in the previews, we saw some type of conversation with her and Remy getting into it, saying that you don't like the decisions I make or something. So I do feel like she might not announce the divorce, or... if she does not divorce him, it's going to be business related. I don't think it's going to be love and let's get back together.
I think it might be because, kid, 16 years they've been together at least. And once that hurt falls away, maybe you see this new person for...
I feel like you've been rooting for Davis.
Romantic.
You've been rooting for Davis since season 1.
No. Not after the whole Goldie thing and all that jazz. Come on, I'm not rooting for her. Give me some credit.
Okay, my bad.
Man, ouch. I'm trying to think of any other predictions I might have had. But yeah, I think it's going to be a mess. I think Charley and Nova, I think their sisterhood is going to continue to get stronger. And Charley might be the one to bring Nova back to kind of like forgive Ralph Angel. Really get her emotions down to be in that space. But Ralph Angel, to me, I don't know. He seems like broken.
I think maybe we'll see Blue grow up now that the toy is gone. And maybe he'll start calling some of these adults out on their because you know how kids tell the truth and they don't even know it. Like maybe we'll start seeing a little bit more of that with him and Ralph Angel because now he's growing up. That doll being taken away from him is a part of him growing up and seeing some reality about life.
So that's supposed to make Ralph Angel grow up?
Yeah, your kids will make you grow up because they'll start telling you stuff like you can't hide stuff from them sometimes.
Well,
you know?
I think Blue inspired him to tell the truth.
Right. So I think we're gonna continue to see more of that.
Well, hopefully not with the same results because this dinner's a disaster. Like everybody at the table hungry right now. Nobody's eating a thing. You didn't get past Grace.
Ralph, Micah and Blue had to get it. They like, well, can I grab my plate?
Yeah, at some point.
Take a chicken wing with me.
Man. I guess that's it for now. We like that you guys have joined us. We had Kent from Chicago. I think we had Kat in the room too. We will be back again next week, Wednesday at 9 o'clock PST. My name is Shaka Smith. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Shaka Strong.
I am Anjy Scates. You can find me on Twitter at Anjy_Skates and on the gram at @big_Anj.
And I'm Kelli Scates. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at @TheUrbanGypsyLA.
See you guys.
Bye.
From executives Kevin Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Hollywood redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.